Hello, and welcome to my playground. This is the Mad Chemist Church, or Church McGurch, depending on where you know me from, and welcome to Madman Reviews. Today I'll be looking at a very favorite game of mine. I've been with it since the launch of the early access, and to now where they actually did like a full release, V Rising. And they say, what does V stand for? And of course, V stands for Vampire. Vampire Rising. So you can see over here as it kind of rotates through all the different DLC packs. I've got them all because I love this developer. I don't really know much beyond what they've done with V Rising. But they've just done such an amazing game. It's such a nostalgic feel. Nostalgic feel. It's got that Victorian-esque vampire. But enough of me just gabbing on about it. Let's actually get into the gameplay so I can show you around. Unfortunately, because it is such a large thing and it is like designed to be multiplayer, like 8 to 10 plus people, depending on what you want to do. It's a very large map, and they're just continuously adding more and more and more. I love these style of games. I love when they do like the vampire-esque games where it's more fantasy than reality or gore. So of course your main thing is you sleep in a coffin. You know, I'm a vampire. Before I get into it, so kind of the whole backstory is vampires and humans used to kind of live together, but it was the whole vampires would prey on the humans really couldn't fight back. But then heroes started to emerge, and through these heroes basically being kind of like breeds, they had basically what is called V blood in them, vampire blood. They were able to rise up and basically take down the race of the vampires. So you kind of start off as the lone surviving member of your race, and you're back to retake your lands, So I love these kinds of games where you're basically playing the bad guy. So let's get into it. Of course, you sleep in a coffin. I love this. He gets up. As you can see, my coffin, this is a DLC coffin. It's just a skin. There's nothing special to it. My servant coffins, and if you click on them, it tells you like their name, what they are, what they do, kind of just background. You can summon them straight to here so that you can either get rid of them or put gear on them. That's another thing. I love these kind of top-down Diablo-esque games. Very Castlevania feel. I just love the aesthetic. Most of this stuff is skins from the Founder Pack because I just love the aesthetic that they put. There's one of the best things that they've ever done in games like this is they've given you individual storages where you don't have like one storage where just anything you can go. You can actually put down a chest and only coins go in this storage. Only armor goes in this storage. And this is just kind of showing these are all cosmetic. None of these actually do anything, but I'm a collector of things. I like to go through and find every single thing I can get. And then you can come over, you can pull it out, and then put it over here. Like, this is my gear. This helmet doesn't really do anything. I believe this is part of the Founders Edition DLC. They're not. If you wait, they go on sale, and they're pretty decently cheap. The armor, cape. You get a cape, this is also another one. I believe I don't know if that's a skin or not. I don't think it is. But these little arrows will show you skins. But you also, your gear is typically armor with a cape or back piece, an amulet or ring, and then your backpack, and then any of your choice. What's nice about this is that everything is a weapon, so even what you'd use to chop down trees, like my axe here, this is technically what I'd use to chop down trees. There's scythe, this would also be, but I could also harvest with it. Or is this the axe? This is the axe right here. This is the two-handed axe, but both will chop down trees. This mace will not break rock. It'll actually tell you when you first start. It'll actually tell you and kind of go through it. You can kind of see my servants wandering around. I beat the main boss, so I get the Throne of Darkness, which is awesome. Sit here and look badass. Yeah, look at that. They've done a lot of improvements. This is kind of all endgame stuff and endgame tier items. Souls. Oh, lets you know the sun is rising because the sun is bad. Here's one of my servants. You can get them, talk to them, look at their gear, change their gear around, equip them. It tells all your stats, what their attributes are. Can't really. You can zoom in a bit. So the servants are, you go out there and you find a random human or humanoid, and then you can dominate them and convert them into a servant of yours. And then you can either have the servant, if you were on, say, like a PvP server, your servant will protect your house, your castle, or you can send them out into the world and then they'll bring back resources for you. Another thing I love about this game is that this goes into some of the true things about a vampire. The whole myth and legend about being able to shape shift. Another thing that they added was these teleporters, which is amazing. If you can hear it in the background. Another thing that comes with some of the DLCs, Castlevania. It's one of my favorite, all-time favorite everything games. There's all these different musics you can unlock that you can, as you're playing the game, you can hear. I just have it on, I should have it on both. It'll just now like normally if you don't have anything, it'll play one song and then the next and then the next. But if you put it on repeat, like it'll just repeat both of these, which I love. Bloody Tears. I love Simon's theme. Here's one of the humanoids. Not human, but humanoid. So I was able to dominate and make her a servant. So as you can see, there's all different kinds of decorations, all different kinds of things you can do. This is like a 3-tier castle. There's a really cool looking guy. Dr. Bones. That was like a default name. Your research. You have different libraries you can bring items into and research. That's kind of how you upgrade your gear. But like I was saying, one of these nice... There's a chest that only holds book stuff. Teleporter. So that you can teleport to any unlocked area or any other like castles in the game that you have. You can put down so many places. Teleport. Boom. I didn't really decorate this. Shows all the different horses I've seen. All the different places I can teleport. I didn't really look at this too much because I was mainly focused on decorating my main castle. If you've watched any of my previous videos, you know I'm not a builder. I'm not someone who decorates, but this game was actually pretty easy on the decorations and other stuff like that, and like kind of just I had fun just kind of sitting here and doing what I can. Like I did this all myself. It kind of looks messy and hodgepodgey and there's kind of crap everywhere, but I like the way it looks. You can go out into the world and you can find people, and instead of turning them into servants, you can bring them back to your gel cell, and you can put them in here, and then you can extract blood from them, and then to, you know, bring their health back up, you can feed them rats, other items. The best stuff is to feed them like fish, you see. But then you take the blood. You see this guy is 100% warrior. You would get it into a bottle, drink it, and then you get this blood pool here. I have 100%, my blood pool right now is 100% mutant, so I get all of these extra bonuses on top of anything else from my gear or any of the other powers. So the other thing to talk about is V-Blood, or you're basically your powers. This over here. Before I talk about that, I love these guys. So you're a vampire, you're a villain. How would you, one would think you would break down old gear? Because most games you can break down old gear, get resources back. Well, you have these guys called the Devourer, and they're mimics. It is so awesome. You put it in there, it starts chomp, 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 boom, you get some resources back. I loved that. That it was such on par, on theme. Do I have a kitty cat? Yeah, I have a kitty cat behind me. Such on par, on theme. So you saw the prison cell, my library. These are my dismantlers. You've seen kind of like my throne room, bedroom. This is all decoration, like none of this serves any purpose, but I thought it was kind of cool. You can sit in this chair and pretend, like I said, it's a multiplayer game. So if like we could sit here and we could talk while pretending we're playing chess. This little aquarium. I made my own little balcony where, every Dark Lord needs somewhere to stare off into the nothingness of the abyss of the land. So get back. You saw up here attributes, blood pool attributes. It's in the pause menu. That's where you'd find your system, your social map. Kind of see everything. You can see where your how your castles are doing. Like I have 41 days. These are real life days, not in-game days. 8 days, real life. And the game's, this is a single player, so the game does stop when you that does countdown does stop when I stop the game, but if it's multiplayer, that would continuously tick down. And this game also does have world changing, world settings where you can kind of change the settings of the world to increase the drop rates, increase this, increase that, decrease like the blood. Oh, somebody wants this stream featuring kitty cat, one of my cats. But magic is your abilities, so you can see all the different kinds. You can kind of storm magic, frost magic, illusion, unholy, chaos, blood, and each one of these is unlocked through basically going out, finding and killing and absorbing that V blood. And then you can make jewels and then take these jewels and put them in, and that jewel will actually empower. You can kind of see right now, reduces cooldown by 8%. It's a really low level one, whereas this guy over here has all these things because it's a really high level one. And these are all ones I've just kind of found. I haven't really crafted them. You can craft them. They're kind of expensive. But as you can see down here, I use all of Unholy because usually in games I play a minion master or I play a pet tamer, beast master. That's my shtick. That's what I like to do. So I'm a necromancer in this game. I have all the necromancer stuff. I have all my necromancer things where I just raise skeletons. I raise like undead stuff. But I guess I could continue on with the tour of the castle. Show you guys, I love to show people what they can do and then see what they did. Like, I did this and I did that. But I don't want to give too much away from the game. But let's now move over to vampire powers. These are all things you unlock by drinking the V blood. Going here allows you to change. Like through the DLCs, you can get different skins. Like this one turns you into a human. And then I can change the variant form. Like this one makes you kind of look like a grandma. This one makes you look like Maria. So this one definitely comes from the Castlevania pack. Then you have like Bear. Then this also comes from, this is my favorite one, especially the Bear. This comes from, you can turn into a bat, or Toad. That comes from Castlevania as well. This comes from the Founder Pack, and it's one of my favorite ones. So let's do this real quick. This is my favorite wolf form. One of my favorite things. I just love the way it looks. It is so epic. Bear. Oops, I need to do that. Rawr.
Step into a new skin.
You can, obvious Castlevania. That's how you dominate people. That's how you would drain blood to heal yourself. You can expose a vein so that other players could drink your blood and heal themselves. That's how you get your horse. You can turn into a speeder, which I'm surprised they don't have any skins for this yet. Human, Glamour of Maria. Yeah, even has the little owl. Let's see if I can get it to properly turn around. There it is. Yeah, very nice. You even can turn into a rat, which I found useful. You also use it for a couple different areas. Let's try. So I want to show. This is also from the DLC from the Castlevania. I don't really like that one. I like the default Toad. I'll just show Grandma. I like the Maria one. So let's show the Grandma. This is hilarious. I love this one. This is... You get this from one of the ladies that you take out. She has some V blood that you gotta go get, and you get this, and it looks so funny. Like, she is such a fun fight. I highly recommend, like, you try that. Like, you get this game, because these fights are amazing. Soul of the Wolf. Such a cool nod to Castlevania, such a cool nod to Alucard. And that's another thing the Castlevania does, the Castlevania DLC does, is it actually unlocks a lot of the armor from Castlevania as cosmetic, so you can look like Alucard, you can look like the Belmonts. One of the free things they did was they added several characters in, or at least one character in. I'll get to that as soon as I want to reset these. You're on default Toad, you're on Bear. Like I said, I love the Founder Pack stuff. I usually leave it on that one. Oops. But yeah, there's an ability. You have different abilities depending on what weapon you're using. Guns, so I can play Dante. If I want, I can be Dante from Devil May Cry. Double-handed scythes, double axes, big old mace. There's other things in here. Swords, whips. Of course they added whips because of Castlevania. Alright. Let's get to the V-Blood. V-Blood. So this is an amazing menu that shows you, like normally these would be blacked out, but once you kill them and drink their blood and take the V-Blood, you get their ability, and it highlights, but it also, what it does is it tells you what level you need to be, gear level wise, and then it tells you what you get from them, which this is such an amazing layout, such an amazing game. They don't make you just try to wander forever trying to find something. It makes you know, if you want to go kill like 5 of these guys and get their powers, you can do it. You can just bump and go get them, and then it tells you like where they are and how far away. So it's not telling you exactly where you need to go. It's not pinpointing them on the map. It's just saying you need to go east, and it's really far. Now, when you track them, because you can track them, track their blood, you get this little wisp, and it happens every couple seconds, and it shows the direction that they're in. So it's not like it's holding your hand and taking you, but it's still giving you that option where I don't feel like I am just spending hours looking for one guy and he was like standing right over there. So it shows you all the different people, all the different things. Some of them are wandering, some of them are stationary, some of them you kind of have to do like a little mini side dungeon to get to. Some of them, like this guy right here, you have to summon yourself, and then you can see the rat form. Oh, this guy was fun. And there's Bear. All, just kind of shows you. It shows you like what level Act 2. So it kind of gives you that. There she is. There's the grandma, Beatrice the tailor. That was such a funny fight. But it tells you kind of like how you're progressing in the story too, like Act 2, Act 1. All the different things you can get from these people. All the fights are unique. And if you're a League of Legends fan playing this game, you will notice all the references to the League of Legends characters, to other characters in other games, kind of in this style. Diablo, I forget, like, it's like, I forget the name of the character in League of Legends, but she pretty much is, she's pretty much a reference to League of Legends. There's a guy that's just like Blitz. I think it's this guy. He's just like Blitzcrank. He'll like shoot something out, grab you, and pull you back. She's the robot ballerina from League of Legends. I think that was the robot ballerina. There's even like this guy, even right here. He'll like eat things and get bigger. Kind of looks like somebody named Warwick, huh? And as you keep going up, all of them are references to different things, different time periods, different stuff you would see, different mythological creatures, different games. Like, these people were fans, and they took everything they loved and put it together and just made an amazing game. This one they put in not too long ago. Of course, and it even, I don't know if they got the permission to do that, but, you know, if they did, good on the company, not Nintendo, good on them for letting fans be fans and let them have fun, because that was actually a really cool fight, because you're fighting Simon Belmont as a vampire, you know, role reversal, and then you just, all these different people, different fun things telling you, now this guy was a fight. And then of course, who else but Dracula himself. And as I was fighting him, it was like fighting Dracula from Castlevania. Like, all the moves, everything was kind of like, oh, he's gonna do this, and then the pillars of fire came flying up. It was so much fun. And dear Lord, was that a fight. Dear Lord, that was a fight. Alright, let's continue. So these teleporters are great. You get 3 different colors, and they're just one way there and back. This is my tailoring shop. Kind of see, make your leather working, crafting your leather, open up a station, kind of gives you the recipes, and then you can toggle on and off what different recipes you want it to make or you don't want it to make. Leatherworking bench, tailoring bench, shows you all the different armors and stuff that you can make. Love the fact that these only accept things for tailoring, so it's just all the different. Oh, we're about to leave nighttime and go into day. So that's like my leatherworking. This is my jewel crafting. Different shards that you can get through events, because that's another thing that's on the map, is there's these events you can go do. You get the shards and jewels, and that's how you get the weapons that you see here, these orange weapons, which are legendary. Jewel crafting, you can make the different jewels for your abilities, all the different jewels, all your alchemy, because you can make potions, you can make blood, this is how you feed and craft other things. Make blood, make the different vials, different potions. You have the Dusk Caller, which will actually summon a swarm of bats to pull a dominated person and put him in a jail cell, and then you can come grab him and either convert him or leave him there or kill him, depending on if you grabbed the wrong one or you don't need one anymore. Furnaces for crafting, Ancestral Forge for reforging, because there's a lot of these weapons that are like legendaries that you have to, all your different rings or armor. Different things, more forging fabricator, more forging for like batteries, toxins to make different metals, another anvil, make all the different weapons. Weapons, another, God, I love this. Random stuff that doesn't really go anywhere. Stone, so your sawmills, your stone grinders, blue, just so you can get from point A to point B faster. So you can either do in or outdoors. Different. You can do gardening indoors or outdoors. I prefer to do the indoors so that I can do this during the day. Here's my mount. This is a skin. I love the... I went out, I found a pretty decent horse. It's not at max. And that is a random name you can get for horses. But this is an armor that you can get through one of the DLCs. I like that Plague Doctor cyberpunk-y look. So that's why I went with that armor for the horse. My castle heart, fully upgraded. The Eye of Mortem, this kind of shows you where these souls are. The souls are like special bosses. You go, you kill them, you get these really cool amulets. I would be wearing... There's Eye of Twilight. That just kind of shows you everything on the map. I would be wearing the... Instead of this, I would be wearing the green one, but they deteriorate fast over time, and then you have to keep pumping them full of blood. Primal blood, which is like endgame tier stuff. So I don't wear it typically while I'm just kind of messing around. Like if I was going in for a fight or something, I'd probably put it on because it's the best amulet in the game. Seeds, different harvests from the garden. I gotta kill a little bit of time until the sun goes down. Here's some more. This guy has a gun and a whip. Because I kind of want to show off. I did a little bit of decorating outside. They can go in and out, or you can tell them not to go in and out. I can't go out in the sun. That's why all these trees I planted are here. You can kind of see, I just did a little decorating. I kind of threw some stuff out there just to make it feel like this is like a legit castle. There's another paladin. Mark these so that they can't go out, because that leads out of my territory. You can see in the mini-map, the blue area is marked as my territory. That's basically where I can build. Anywhere within the blue. I don't want to go out in the sun. That might hurt. What I like about the sun thing is you can tell when you're in the sun. Let's see if I can get it to go through. Why are you not doing it? Interesting, I don't know why it's not doing that. Must be cloudy. You can hide in clouds, you can hide in shadows to keep the sun from getting you. I'm trying to figure out. I should be. If it's like considered a cloudy day, sometimes it won't. I'm getting lost in my own hedge maze. But normally like this, like you'll see this like ray of sun kind of shining over you and you'll just start to catch fire, which is hilarious. Stay in the shadows. Another one of my servants. And then I kind of like, I didn't really know what this was. I was just like, oh, what's that? Oh, that's cool. Right into this like waterfall. So I kind of built like this other thing where a Dark Lord could sit here with somebody, have a cup of tea, and, you know, view their corrupted waterfall nature. But let's make this go by a little quicker. I'm already lost again. Okay, so now that I don't have to worry about that, I can then make this this go by even quicker. And hit the wrong button. But you can turn into eventually you get the ability to turn into a bat. This is one of the neatest things that they added. Because you literally just fly up into the air and then you can go anywhere you want. As long as there's no sun, you don't have to worry about it. You just fly around. I'm going to pick this random group of encampment here to show off combat before I end the video. Boom. So I can just be like, whoa. Come on. There we go. I can run in here. They really won't know. Let's show off the guns real quick. That's it. I'm in human form. They're not paying any attention to me. There's some ore down there. There's one of the cooler things they added to the game. It's like just a pile of corpse of dead bodies. Then I can sit here and hit Q. Boom. Let's see, where is it? E kind of does this thing. Press spacebar. I use one of my abilities. R, you'll shoot. You can set it up, shoot a bunch of plasma. I summon a bunch of undeads on kill. Let's switch to this guy. Gonna do like a reverse. A lot of these abilities are like a stealth attack. Each weapon has a different set of abilities, and even though that technically was designed for like, you can see when you get them close enough to death, they'll actually show like how much blood or how pure their blood is. And you can get all kinds of different pure bloods, like worker, farmer, or no, it's like worker, miner, warrior, archer, rogue, all different kinds of ones. Where's this guy? This is one of my favorite ones. I love this weapon. Boom. And then a big swing. Home run. What else? This guy has a pretty do kind of like a throw that retreats. A couple more guys left here. My other favorite ability, I can summon a Death Knight to fight for me for a short amount of time. He'll also pull enemies away from me so that I can focus on trying to, knock them down or summon out more skeletons. And then, let's see, I've killed everyone here, so let's go back to bat form. And we'll find another little spot. And that's usually you'll come through and you'll wipe out the entire camp and take everything in there. And you'll get a pretty good, decent amount of resources. That's actually one of the better ways to get stuff. Let's see if we have anything here. There's some trappers. And then your ultimate ability, summon an army of the dead. So back spear. Each weapon, like I said, has a different thing it's good at. It's not like the giant mace is good at killing. It's like good at breaking stones. The axe is good at harvesting trees. The spear is actually really good at killing creatures and humanoids. Let's see, there's paper. There's hearts you can pick up. I could free this person and then drink their blood. Yeah, fun stuff like that. So that's pretty much the combat aspect of the game. So I'm gonna fly back to my base. Since there's no real... You can't really... I can there's no real way to teleport from anywhere. You have to find a waypoint, and you have to use the waypoint to get from point A to point B. But the bat form and your horse, all that, make this super easy. Like, it's no issue. Land there. Of course, smack my door. And before I go, you do like a little thing, boop, and I'm now on my horse. You do. Also, the other nice thing is, let's see if the horse you can attack from, you can make it go faster, you can have it kind of bull rush through people, press Q to leap off, and you can kind of do this leap attack. It's actually really cool. One of the cool things is that you can actually summon your horse.
I will assert my will.
So you go to dominate horse, and then it gives you these abilities: recall and revive, or release. Once you release it, once you release one, you can go get another one. Normal horses, like say you find one as a backup, and you're like, oh, this one has better stats, and you want to kind of keep it, you have to actually feed it grass. It'll actually have an inventory and require food, and it'll eventually die over time. But once you convert it into a vampire horse, it doesn't require to be fed anymore. But one of the nice things is if you teleport out somewhere and it's like, oh, that's actually really far away, click this, and voila.
Come back to me.
If your and then if somebody kills your horse, brings them back. You know, if you leave it somewhere and it gets killed by a wandering group of people, because there's just wandering groups of enemies and stuff and heroes, you can revive it or just call it to you, jump on it, right off in the middle of nowhere, teleport away using bat form, and then just like, oh, I'm back in my castle.
From beyond,
where's my horse?
return
Point
to
where you
my
want it.
side.
He gives a little speech while he's casting it. Boom. So that is where I'm going to end this video and this review. This is a longer review. Sorry about that, but this is a big game that's had several updates and actually has had a full release. I've been playing this since launch, so I super love this game. There's a super ton amount of information, but all in all, this game's amazing. I really endorse that you guys pick it up and play it. Especially if you love this kind of top-down, you love the vampire, you love being able to build your own castle like this. I love building and decorating. The building system isn't that hard or difficult to get through, even for like me, and I just I went wild. Thank you again for your time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. So, and as I always say, you be you. You stay you, and most importantly, adventure on.